In this video, I want to take you through the basic calculations on how to determine a P&I payment utilizing, of course, our TIBA2 calculator. I have provided you with steps in week 2, but I thought it would be better to just go ahead and assist you in a visualization of the approach using this particular calculator. So for this particular example illustration, I'm going to use a mortgage of $250,000, and our time span will be 15 years, and our interest rate is 4.25%. So once again, as we go through the mechanics involved, I'm going to take you through the steps that I use whenever I do these types of problems. So the first thing is really from the standpoint of focusing in on this particular column here. It would be the third row, whereby we have N, and that would be the number of periods, interest per year, the present value amount that we are going to borrow, and this would be the payment, and this would be the future value. From our standpoint, in determining the P&I payment, we will focus in on N, interest per year, PV, and payment. So when we think of a mortgage, we're thinking of really it's an annuity type of situation where I'm borrowing X number of dollars today, and I am saying that I'm going to make X number of payments at such and such a rate. So in this particular case, we're going to borrow $250,000. But before we get there, let me go back and let me explain, which I think I did in a previous video, I think for last week when I was talking about the BA, is that, in other words, think of this as an Excel spreadsheet. And think of the point here as a cell within an Excel spreadsheet. So each time that we do a problem, we want a clean worksheet, and we want to have a new cell like A1 or B1, A2, etc. So how do we get a clean worksheet? Well, we simply go second clear TVM. We've got a new worksheet now. So once we have this new worksheet, we can put our data in. So from the standpoint of a mortgage, we're going to be making monthly payments. Therefore, our compounding period happens to be monthly. So right above the interest per year, we have payments per year. So what we're going to have to do is go second payments per year. And right now you can see in the cell it's set up for 4. Well, no, from the standpoint of our mortgage situation, we're going to be making 12 payments per year. So our compounding period is 12. So we have to change that to 12. And also be careful, always enter it. So once again, we've put monthly compounding in, 12 periods or 12 payments per year. And so we can go second quit, and we're back to a cell. Okay, so we have that information in place. We've changed the compounding period to 12. So now we are ready to put our data in. And as I pointed out, we're going to borrow $250,000. We're going to change the sign because this is present value. This is what we're borrowing today, and that's going to be present value. Always keep in mind, whatever we put in PV, change the sign to a minus. So we're borrowing $250,000, and the mortgage is set up whereby it will mature in 15 years. Well, in 15 years, how many payments are we going to be making? Well, we're making monthly payments, so that's going to be 180 payments. And that is N, number of payments, 180. From the standpoint of the interest rate that we're borrowing, the $250,000 is 4.25% interest per year. Now, do not take the 4.25 and divide it by 12. And the reason you don't have to do that is you've already changed the compounding period to 12. So therefore, the BA2 knows that the compounding period has been changed to 12. So in a way, it has already divided the 4.25 by 12. So all what you have to do when you're doing this type of a problem, just put in what the nominal rate happens to be. So we're all set. We put in the total number of periods. We've put in what we've borrowed, the interest rate. So all what we have to do is compute what our payment's going to be each month. And so we will go compute payment. And our payment is $1,880, and we'll say 70 cents. So hopefully you can make that out. Okay? Now, the second thing that we would always like to know is, okay, I know what my monthly payment's going to be. That's my P&I payment. That's what we make reference when I say P&I. That's principal and interest. Now keep in mind, there's also insurance. There's also taxes. But our focus right here is just basically the money that we have borrowed, we'll say from a financial institution. What is our P&I payment? And that's $1,880.70. Now we would like to know, okay, if I make 180 payments, what's going to be my total amount of interest? So from that standpoint, what we do, we will go second amortization. Second amortization, which is above the PV button. And you can see we have period 1 is 1, right? So that would say that we start at the first payment. P1 is what payment is 1. So we want to enter that. And then scroll down arrow. And it's asking us for, okay, what's the end? Well, the end is not 360. It's 180. And enter that. So what we've done now, we've put in for the first payment that we're going to make to the last payment we're going to make. And then we want to determine, okay, I'm trying to get to that total interest. Scroll down, and it's going to give us a balance of 0. So what this is telling us, for all practical purposes, right, we paid off the note. We've paid off this $250,000. And it's telling us the principal was $250,000. We paid that off. Scroll down one more time, and it's giving us the interest. So this is saying that if I make 180 payments, I will have fulfilled my obligation of paying off $250,000, plus my total interest is $88,525.28. So that would be the total amount of interest, and we've paid off the $250,000. So these are the steps that I use to do this type of a problem. So go back and review the video, and hopefully this will assist you as you do the assigned problem for this week.